Hey gang, it's Mark again, the 3-Minute Prepper. Today we're going to bring you a little bit of stuff that you might need, and I'll give you some reasons for that while we're going through them. But if you could possibly, push the heart, let me know that somebody's out there in this world. But anyhow, let's get into it today. So today we're going to prepare for any kind of an emergency that you might have. Of course, this is not all inclusive here. This is just a lot of stuff that I've gathered over time and bought brand new. But anyhow, it's something that you should see. So first of all, we're going to start off with some extension cords. When you get these are added ons, so I got 250 footers here. You never know when you're going to need electricity. So what we're talking about maybe in this situation is an emergency where your house gets hit by lightning, but your neighbor's house does not. So your electrical system, it might be fried, and you possibly could run electricity from your neighbor's house with their permission, of course. So you could have at least some lights and something on inside your house while you're trying to repair it. Another thing, we want to make sure that we get batteries, extra batteries all the time. Always go and pick up batteries whenever you're in any of the stores. Just pick up some extra batteries. Crowbar, just in case you have to get into some place that you might not want to have to get into, but you'll be able to get into it. And here's some tarps. This one is a 5x7. This one is for the top of my car. I have a roof rack, and so for covering up stuff as I travel along. The larger ones here, I got probably 4 of them, 8x11. So let's say your house does get struck by electricity and you have a big hole in the top of your roof, and the rain's pouring through and everything inside's getting all wet. Well, it might be something to be able to string up a tarp up and over top of it, and also during the daytime or night, just to keep the other elements out of your house and to keep the water out of there too. Towards the back, we got some ratchets. The ratchets are for strapping down stuff. So my rack on my car, after I cover it up with my tarp, then I could ratchet down the boxes or whatever I put up on the top to keep it stabilized. Here we have some matches. It's always good to have some matches available. You never know when you might want to start a fire, light a candle, whatever you're going to do, I don't know. But it's always good to stock up on some matches. Here is some rope. This is 3/8 by 75 foot. I got a couple of lengths of that. Just something to make sure that if you need to tie down something, whatever you're in need of tying down, here's plenty of rope. Make sure you get yourself some type of flashlight that's going to be able to illuminate the area that you're working in. You never know what happens when all the electricity might go out. During the nighttime, you're going to want to be able to have some kind of light. These are tie down straps here, or zip ties, and these are smaller ones. I got a bunch of these little small ones here. Bought them over at Harbor Freight. I love Harbor Freight. But also, as you see here, I've connected a couple here. This is for the zombie apocalypse, and I've never seen zombies with their hands tied behind their back with the zip ties, but that would be something fun to watch, I think, is to watch them try to run around with their hands tied behind their back. These are kind of thin, so you might want to double them up so the zombies don't get away. Here is a toolkit. Now, I'm a nurse, okay, so I'm not a mechanic or anything like this. So this is just a simple little complete, I guess, kit with all kinds of tools, and you never know when you're going to need a screwdriver or socket set or whatever. Whether or not this thing lasts very long, I don't know. But, you know, I got something here. And, of course, we always got to have that duct tape. Duct tape is good for anything. I believe most of the time it's, well, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say putting over your wife's mouth, but I don't have a wife, so maybe that's why I don't have one, because I duct taped her. Anyhow, just plain, okay? Don't get all emotional on me. Something else you might want to get is a machete. Now, I picked up this machete at Harbor Freight also, and it's a pretty darn good blade. The nice handle. The only problem I have is, see those two rivets right there? Well, that tells me something, and I probably shouldn't have bought it. The two rivets are at the end of the metal, so that means that the handle portion doesn't have metal running through it. So a few good whacks on a tree. You know, the other side of this is like a saw, and like I say, a few good whacks on a tree or something to try to make some firewood or whatever you're going to try to do, that might just break off of there. And I did get a house knife here, and the reason why I want to show you, see how that metal goes all the way through the handle, and it has the three rivet areas there. So this knife is going to stand up probably longer than that thing there. But like I said, a machete comes in handy for doing a lot of things. If you're out in the country and you're hunting and you need to skin an animal, well, this knife here is going to work really good. Also, make sure that you have some type of sharpening stone. This is going to be very important, because after you've been hacking at that tree for a half an hour or so trying to break it through, you know, this thing's going to get dull, so you need to keep it sharp all the time. The next thing we're going to talk about is gas cans. Now, this is, of course, for your car, and you're going to want to have extra gas hanging around. You don't have to leave it out in the front porch or anything like that, but don't keep it in your house. It's going to smell, and also the toxic fumes from it is going to be not good for you. But anyhow, that's 10 gallons right there. There's no gas in them at this moment in time. Another thing that I thought was really cool is this little gadget right here. Got this at Harbor Freight also. It's a pump transfer. So here you are, you're out in the doomsday prepper stuff, you know, and your car runs out of gas. Well, if you have a gas tank and there's a car on the side of the road, guess what? You can go ahead and get the gas out of that car and put it into yours and keep on going for a little bit longer. Hopefully they didn't run out of gas. That's the reason why they abandoned their car. But anyhow, that is just something good to have whenever you might need it. Up underneath is a tote. Now, that's a nice size tote, and they're pretty large. This is what I keep all this stuff in. And over there in the corner, you can see a whole bunch more totes. Now, why do I have all these totes? The reason for the totes is when I go to pack up all my food, have all of this stuff here, all my first aid equipment, all of my things that I need to take with me, I'll pack them in those totes and pack them up in my car and bug out and get the heck on out of here. But until then, I don't need to have all this stuff packed up. Although this stuff here, like I say, it's always packed up in that tote right there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you can, again, like I said, just push that little heart button. You know, it doesn't take very much to lift your finger about an inch. And just let me know that there's human beings out there in this world that might be interested in some type of prepping. You can also follow me on YouTube. I have a channel. It's called the 3-Minute Prepper, and it's going to show you the things like this right here in case you missed any of my other videos, along with all the other videos that are going to be coming out. I have a lot of stuff to show y'all. I just hope really and truly that y'all start preparing yourselves, you know, because we don't know what's coming, and this economy that's going on right now, it's kind of scaring me. But anyhow, that's just me. I'm just prepping for hopefully a day that never comes. But guess what? I got a whole bunch of neat looking